I had Wendy's the other day. Their bacon, pretzel bacon pub triple with cheese. It was so good. I think they've taken that off my market. Ooh. I don't think we, I don't think we have that anymore here. I really like their pub stuff, the Wendy's pub stuff, but I'm pretty sure the pub stuff with all the pretzel buns. I'm pretty sure the pub stuff with all the pretzel buns is like legitimately gone. At least where I live. I can't promise I'm gonna be able to open this, but in case I can, go ahead and move it over. I don't know of a world in which I do get to open this. Are all the light side characters done? I've got some Jacob and Esau stuff left to do. Not a lot. I gotta take like Jacob and Esau to greedier mode. I gotta take Jacob and Esau, I think, to Delirium or Hush or something. I don't know. There's a little bit of Jacob and Esau stuff done, but otherwise the light side stuff is mostly finished. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You'd be doing me a huge favor if you just hold still for a minute. Thank you. Why are you invincible? Sorry, I'm just kind of dialed in at the moment. Where are you, friend? At least I bought myself a little leeway here. Kind of figure out my situation while I'm... Oh, right there? There we go. I'm trying not to lose... I'm trying not to lose tech. I'm more worried about losing tech than I am about losing life. Wow. These are options, huh? I haven't been to Sonic in a minute. I like Sonic. I gotta be in a mood for it, but I like Sonic. Oh my god, really? That's the one downside to not having tears when you have tech. Is I genuinely didn't think that a world existed where I would I didn't think a world existed where I would not have put that fire out for my shot. Okay. I don't genuinely want shot speed downs because at some point I'm gonna get run up on and it's gonna take tech away from me. So for the moment being, I would love a shot downgrade, or a shot speed downgrade. Wednesday, welcome back. I fucking... Ugh. Not bad. Not bad. I think taking a lump of coal there is a little bit reckless. taking a lump of coal there's a little bit reckless, so I can't get behind that, but taking the pack was definitely the right call. Boy, I'm hungry. What time is it? It's only 10:16? Fuck. Genuinely very hungry. Damn, dude. It's gotta be squeezy, right? To start. Too good. Then I wouldn't mind coming in here for either the battery. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use the battery for, but you know, I get like Book of Rev or something like that. Satanic Bible. Our health is sorted. Ugh. Might as well set that right there. Wow, come on, Tappy. X-ray vision's great for as long as I can keep it alive. I'm begging you. I am begging you to attack me. You'd never know I have music on right now. Damn, data miner sucks real bad. I would have taken a lump of coal if I'd known there's just gonna be a bunch of free health sitting around. Chat, that's my alarm. I'm gonna pause this. Do I remember correctly? Did you contract COVID? I feel I have a handful of people that I keep up with on Twitter that I feel like recently everybody's catching COVID. Had a contract with COVID. Man, I want so badly for this Twitch contract to be extended. They're not gonna. I mean, like, I don't want to jinx it. Oh no! I lost March, which is unfortunate because that makes it so much easier. Got Omicron. You feel it all right? You doing okay? Oh god damn it, Taffy, man, listen. I think it's noble as a peach that you want to talk to chat, and I think it's really cool that Rob's here and you can do a little nostalgia and reminiscing. But could you not get your ass beat to death by Isaac? Could you stop taking preventable damage? I'm watching your stream, what do you think? Shit. Inch from death. Rob's on death's doorstep. He's going back through. He's doing the Ghost of Christmas Past, going like, man, Omicron's marching me. This is the shepherd that's gonna usher me to the other side. I'm gonna go tell Tappy what up. Get a high five on the way out the door. Oh shit. Inch from death, poor guy. Tell me about the farm or the fam. I'm gonna guess fam. I can tell you about the farm if you just want me to tell. I'll tell you. Peace. Thoughts of peaceful landscapes, and I'll get you in a. Shit, you gave me Omicron. That's it. You gave me Omicron. Through this conversation, I now have COVID. I'm getting my ass kicked. I genuinely am gonna need this game to give me. Why? Why are you? Is this a joke to you? Stop, Edmund. Jeez, Jesus Christ! I know we haven't seen eye to eye recently, Edmund. But if you would, you know, chill the fuck out with Bumbino here. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to afford to get anything in here. Well, shit. Yeah, I'm going to force myself to afford to get a quarter. That's just more items outside. So with the fam, man, Grayson is 11. Grayson comes up to, like, here on me. Rory is 7. It's weird to me that you've never met Rory. What else? We've been stuck at home for the last 2 years. It's funny because obviously, like, COVID and countries shutting down and travel stopping. So the last time that I was on a plane, was to go to New York in 2019 to go have dinner with a couple of friends who were also viewers. Just so I could get an upgraded status with Delta. I mean, like, it was a fun trip, and I was happy to have done the trip. Damn, I really feel like maybe I should... you know what? Let's just go to the next floor. There's a 7-cent item, but I'm not giving up 7 cents for a data miner. And I could re-roll, but there's no guarantee I'm gonna get another 7-cent item. That's not bad. So the last time I was on a plane was to go overnight to New York for dinner, to hang out with some friends and get upgraded status with Delta. And then we got locked down. Like, I was getting ready to go to TwitchCon EU. It was gonna be like my 40th birthday present to myself. Motherfucker. I had a whole bunch of irons in the fire, and I needed that upgraded status because I was gonna do so much traveling in 2020. I was gonna go to all these cons. I was gonna go to TwitchCon EU in Amsterdam, and everything locked down, obviously. And so we've kind of been under house. Like, day before yesterday, we went to our first indoor movie in 2.5 years. But the upside, the nice thing that can be taken away from all that, is that for the last 2 years, especially with the Twitch contract that I managed to lock down, I've just grinded my ass off. I've just it sucked because in 2019, I grinded my ass off just to kind of see what my body could handle. I know it's probably a weird thing. Doesn't Delta status only last 2 years? I don't know. With card spend and some other stuff, I've actually managed to get silver again this year without ever being on a plane. So, you know, in a weird way, we've managed to turn lemons into lemonade in that... In a weird way, I've managed to turn lemons into lemonade in that I just have taken all this time that I've been stuck at home for 2 years and have just made money and have just streamed my ass off at a time where a lot of people are stuck inside, so like viewership went up and the community grew. So I was just kind of right place, right time for a sort of Twitch growth explosion. And at a time where a lot of people were getting like stimulus checks and stuff like that. So like it's been a very weird sort of survivor's guilt situation where the pandemic has sucked for so many people, myself included, but lemons out of lemonade. I just took that time, streamed my ass off, tried to do things to keep the boys sane because obviously it's been real rough on them. They did an entire year of virtual schooling, but like thankfully we got into this house. Like we bought a house with streaming money, which is bananas to me. We bought a very nice home. We're in the process of getting some landscaping done. So as long as we've been stuck at home, we've tried to, you know, nest and make it pleasant to live in and reward the boys for being such troopers during such a shitty time in human history. Amber's nearly finished with a graduate school degree for library sciences. My Twitch contract runs out in June, but I've got some ideas and irons in the fire for how I can recoup that lost revenue each year. Yeah, I don't know. I got a great community, and I just hang out. I'm, you know, it sucks that the pandemic's happening, but if the pandemic was ever going to happen to somebody, a guy who already lives in his office so that he can stream all the time, it genuinely didn't change my routine that much, with the exception of I wish my fat ass got to the gym more often. Taffy OnlyFans? No. Some of the stuff I've got going on I can't talk about. Which is weird, because you guys know that I talk a lot. Some of the stuff... I honestly, like, ever since I saw that photograph, I was just like, damn, man, I was like, Rob's killing it. My thing is that, like, that motivated me. I keep seeing a lot of other friends that I have that are using this time to get fit. And so there's definitely a part of me that, like, I would like very much to get fit before. So I'm planning on going, depending on how the world goes, I'm planning on going to TwitchCon EU. Shit, I really want that. But I really want that too. I'm planning on going to TwitchCon EU again in Amsterdam. By God, come hell or high water, I'm making it to TwitchCon EU. I'm going to Amsterdam as a gamer if it kills me. And if I do that, the last thing I want to do is to be ducking. The last thing I want to do is to be ducking photographs because I'm out of shape. Well, this has worked out very well because, frankly, I was gonna die if I didn't do that. Neat. So the biggest thing is that for the next year, I really just want to be able to... I don't have, all of my social posts are like game footage or my kids, because I just don't like the way I look in front of a camera. And I would really like to change that in 2022. I'd like to do more photographs that actually involve me being in front of the camera and not, like, insanely body conscious. I do, when I shaved my head, confirmed by my audience, I looked like a white supremacist. It was not good. It was not good. I had done myself no favors, unfortunately. So, as much as I wanted to believe I would look good with a shaved head, I did not look good with a shaved head. And I don't think I get to do that again. So I need to get fit because I have to keep some vestige of hair on my head from here on out. We like you for your personality. Yeah, but what if I was hot too, you know? I want to go from dad to daddy. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Not a lot, but a little bit would be nice. Fuck, man. I need coins. Where do I get coins? I need 2 cents. Where does 2 cents come from on this floor? Noah threatened to take away his sausage if Taffy keeps telling us his biz deals. That's true. So there, you know what? I just don't think we don't get either one of those items, and that's okay. We'll just take Garrett to the next floor. I do have some irons in the fire. There's some business dealings brewing in the works, including some sponsorship opportunities. On top of that, there we go.
Wow, makes you large.
It's not great. On top of that, I still am gonna go to Seattle, I think, in March. And I've got a whole bunch of coder friends that are gonna be there with me, and what I want to do is build that retirement extension for my channel. Originally, I thought I might be able to build it for other people's channels, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. Like, I thought I might be able to build it and monetize it, but that's not gonna be the case. I will build it for my channel, and I will absolutely let each and every one of you contribute to my meme-ass retirement fund. Same for me. It takes me to instant American History X, never happening again. It also makes it clear that my head is not completely round and has a dip in it where my headphones go. I think almost everybody has that, though. Like when Tim took his headphones off, when he had gotten his head shaved real low to the ground, he realized that he was living in that world. I think that's almost everybody. But yeah, that said, I genuinely looked like I looked way more intimidating than I could ever possibly be. Yeah, I think everybody's got the dent to some form or another. It's just that none of us have ever seen it, so we don't see it on other people, and we certainly don't see it on ourselves. So there's definitely a part of me that feels like we're all self-conscious about it because we just assume we're the only ones who have it, and it's not, I don't think that's true at all. Hey Rob, I got a question for you. First, I want to get to like what's going on with your life and how are things. But secondly, you ever find yourself trying to explain our origin stories? You ever get like to a place where you're trying to explain passive aggression in the Machinima days, and it's really difficult because everything about us that isn't on your channel has been erased from the annals of time? Yeah, like, you ever try to validate our existence over the last decade and realize it's very difficult because, like, the first third of it's just gone? I found myself the other day trying to explain to people what we did on Machinima for a year. And, it's my kids. I was trying to explain to my kids that I've been doing this for a really long time, and then I tried to find any evidence of it at all, and it's all just been scrubbed off the face of the planet. When Machinima, you know, completely shuttered itself and closed its doors, all these other content creators were just like, oh no, my legacy. And I was like, me and Rob have been erased from that channel already for years now. Hold on one second. This is maybe the only person on the planet I can talk to about this. Honestly, I try not to talk about it, but when I do, it's hard. It's hard, like, I mean, talk about the work that I do to people overall. When you say it's hard, is it hard because it's sad, or is it hard because it's, like, just difficult to explain? Because for me, it's a little bit of both, you know what I mean? Those do feel like some golden days. Those definitely feel like some, like, golden days, and it's hard to explain to anybody exactly what it is because there's no frame of reference for it. It just kind of feels like, for me, it feels like old man tells you how gas used to be less expensive and what life was like before the war and shit like that. What's this about passive-aggressive Machinima? So Woofles down in chat, Rob and I used to do a weekly episodic for Machinima Respawn.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
We used to do a weekly episodic for Machinima Respawn called Passive Aggression. We'd get wins in objective-based shooter games without killing anybody, and then Rob would very expertly cut it up into a very entertaining music video with subtitles. This is back when I would like to point out that while it was not legally binding, at least we went out and tried to get permission to use music. This is back in the Wild West where nobody gave a shit about music rights, but we would at least go to the bands and get like a tweet or an email and written permission from a band or a manager to use the music in context. Yeah, like E-Double, we knew E-Double's manager. One of the only surviving PAs is E-Double, has E-Double music on it. Yeah, E-Double, like I sat down and like looked at a whole bunch of the bands to see who was still going and who wasn't. But we cut it up into a music video and it'd be really entertaining, and it was like our homework because we had to have a new one done every Monday, and we did that for a year, and it's what kind of made us, you know, it's what launched us into relevance in the ecosystem. Like on a global scale, Rob's better known than me, but like that was the only reason I'm able to do what I do here is because we got our foothold in back then. It was a grind. It was like, so Gary Larson, you guys ever read the Far Side comics? When Gary Larson retired, people talked about how disappointed they were because they didn't want their favorite cartoonist to stop making Far Side comics. And he said, essentially, I have to stop. And they're like, why? We love it so much. And his response was, I constantly feel like I have one day to be happy about getting a comic done, and then instantly my homework's not finished and I have to start for the next day. And so it was a year of like, we would get one day on like Tuesday, the day after the episode went up. We have one day where we could celebrate a job well done. And then we'd instantly have to book a new guest, get new music, get a successful run, and then chop it up and post it all within a couple of days. Cletus Tier 3, 46 months. 46 months, it feels like just yesterday. Cletus, thank you so much, man. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, record. Wednesday, Thursday, edit. Friday, send to Respawn. Saturday, drink, repeat. Yeah, it was a lot, to be sure. It was a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's difficult because I've had to keep reinventing myself and keep trying to do things to make myself be relevant, so that I don't just tail off and disappear. And it's, oh no, that's not what I meant to do at all. I meant to do that. hit the wrong button. But yeah, it's been something else over the course of the years because people are like, oh, I'm gonna tell a story to Rob here in a split second that you guys have heard relatively recently, but shit. I don't want fucking Tier Detonator. I got invited to a Twitch thing. I got invited to like a Twitch conference call thing, like a learning seminar or something like that. And so at one point they broke us out into cells, and they were like, hey, why don't you all go off these prompts and talk to each other, and that'll be fun. That'll be a fun way for all of you to get to know one another. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. Let's do it. And so we sat down and got into these prompts, these conference, like these little bubble prompts where it was like me and 15 other partners. And one of the prompts was, why don't you talk about how long you've been partnered? That's okay. So I sit down and I'm in this chat room with like all these like beautiful, young, energetic 21-year-olds. And they start telling me like, I was partnered on Twitch in August of this year. And I'm like, oh, cool. I was partnered on Twitch in March of 2021. Oh, cool. And then somebody would be like, I was partnered September 2020, and everyone in the group would go, oh my goodness, you were partnered a while ago. What's that been like? Oh, talk to us about it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it came around to me, and they're like, what about you, Laffy? What about you, Mr. Laffy Taffy? And I was like, shit, I don't know. I started this account in 2011. I got partnered 7 years ago, I think, and I've been doing this full time for longer than most of you have been streaming. Yeah, that's about it. And they're like, holy shit. Like, it blew their minds because like half of them, they were like, wait a second, Twitch has been around for 7 years? I was like, I got in here about the same time they switched off of being Justin TV. Yeah, longer than most of some of you. I've got shirts older than most of you. But yeah, I've been at this for a hot minute. And it's weird because honestly, I don't know, but I don't want to speak for Rob, but I definitely feel like for a couple of years in the beginning, man, I felt very imposter syndrome-y, like all these people who were content creators when we started that were suddenly our colleagues. Like, I got bad imposter syndrome. Oh shit, if you're gonna find that, hold on. I gotta go find something that... I checked with my niece to make sure she still had it, and if she still had it and loved it, then I was gonna leave her alone about it. And it turns out she still has it and loves it, because it was a gift from her uncle. But if she didn't care about it, I was gonna procure it for my boys, because the last thing I wanted was for it to, like, go away. I have to scroll way back to the beginning of my Instagram feed. Moving at the speed of Facebook. Let me find this real quick. Sorry, folks, the Rob and I talk about once every 2 years, so this is, you know, so this is taking precedence. Here we go. I think I've got 4 shirts. I think I've got 4 shirts I've had since the '90s. There we go. That's a photograph of a creeper scarf signed by everybody I could get my hands on at Minecon 2013. You lunatics are still wearing shirts. All right. Let's see. Justin TV, those were the days. I did not manage to get my account. Oh, goddamn. I did not manage to get my account made during the Justin TV days. I did get my account made in 2011, so awfully close. Certainly got my account made on this website before Amazon purchased it. I'm at this rate, and unless there's some just incredible thing like Abaddon in here, I'm really just coming in here with the intent purpose of hoping that it drops black hearts into my hands. Was there anything else we wanted from up here? I can't tell if our tiers are bad. I can't tell if our tiers are bad because we have like things that are making them bad in our wisps, or if our tiers are bad. Like, yeah, they can't be fixed. All right, well, that's 15 cents sacrificed to science. Kaz, what's going on, homie? Jay Super Saiyan, happy to have you here. Lisa! Yeah, like I said, this is a bit of a reunion happening, where Rob and I have not had a chance to sit down and just shoot the shit since, like, fucking, like, PAX South 2018, maybe? This has been, like, 4 years. 5 years ago? Yeah, it's been a minute. This is the dude with whom, Man, is that worth it? That might be worth it. That is the dude with whom a late-night Xbox Live conversation in 2010 created at least 2 careers. In that it started mine and it started his. But he's gone on to become, you know, a Minecraft magnate. And I went on to work on music stuff and sell that and build my own channel. Yeah, like honestly, those are the best stories. Those are genuinely the best stories. that honestly, so like I'm set to be on like oh, there's no fucking room in here. What am I doing? What do you do? Why would you not just give me a soul heart, you cheap bastard? There's no bombs either, by the way. We're just bereft of bombs. So I'm set to speak on a couple of panels at MagFest, and like one of them in particular is how do I make money as a streamer? And oh, that's Little Haunt. I was like, damn, I keep trying to kill this thing and it doesn't even take any damage. One of them's like, how do I make money playing video games? And I've done that panel in one form or another several times. And whenever I do that panel, the way that I do it is I say, well, you gotta have your mind right about like what you're doing and what you're willing to like. Is it you know, you gotta make me understand. Is it a paying hobby or is it a career path? Is it a choice that you're making because like you're just looking for something to do after work that scratches a creative itch? And then generally speaking, whenever I have this conversation with somebody in the audience, my first take is, when I first sat down to do this, it was me and this dude named Rob. And the conversation that we had with each other, which was like, look each other dead in the eye and find out what you mean by this, was, if we do this, it fucking won't give me soul hearts. It won't give me soul hearts! Fine, whatever. Bite my ass. Yeah, Rob and I sat down one night. He was off the night from uni, and I was off the night from waiting tables. And our conversation was, if we do this, we got to commit to this like it's a job. And so it was years when there was no money to be had. We just liked the gig of me doing work in the morning or night, and then getting home, kissing Amber on the cheek. And then us getting on Skype and just staying on Skype with, iMovie open until like 3 in the morning. And then I would fall asleep sitting up on the couch. Amber would move me. Rob would keep editing, and then he'd go to school, and then I'd go back to work. We just rinse, wash, and repeated that for like a couple of years, basically, with no money to speak of. Like, we weren't making money. So, you're set to speak at MagFest the other day. I feel like health is not a bad pickup there. Holy shit, it's the first bomb I've seen in the entire game. The High Priestess. Shot speed up. That's not bad, actually. All things being equal. Hey, bombs everywhere. There's a new season of Letterkenny. I gotta give that shit a look. I tell, let's see. Did you send them to me? Where'd you send them to me? Twitter DMs or Discord will get to me fastest. Yes, you do, Tappy. I binged it like an asshole. I always tell people about the time that your dad came in and basically tried to shit on me for corrupting his son. the time that his dad came in and basically was just like, is that him? Is that the guy? Give me the microphone. What are you doing to my son? And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, do you think it's healthy? Do you think it's healthy for my son to be inside all hours of the day working on videos? And I was like, well, if I'm being honest, sir, worst case scenario, and this is at a time where it was rare to have people editing their own stuff. Like, people learning video editing software was like, unusual. Oh, God, what I wouldn't give. I was like, at the very least, he's learning valuable video audio editing skills. And at the very most, I think there's some pretty insane upside for becoming a internet celebrity. Let's see. Let me find it real quick. It is... There I am. But yeah, I actually had to talk Mike down. I had to talk Rob's dad down because Rob's dad was just like, my son should be outside playing in the sun and going to school and learning things. And then it turned out okay. Which is ironic because honestly, it was very much a 50-50 partnership in the beginning of just like holding each other accountable to do work. It wasn't like me going like, hey, Rob, you know, quit going out with friends and quit learning things, get in here and make videos. It was both sides pushing each other. There we go. I have no idea what's happening in this run. Like, I've just been trying not to get killed. That's all just me looking down and seeing a very familiar name, and the irony of it being it's at the exact same time that I was downstairs rolling my eyes because my boys are watching Preston. Lol, school goes double for me. I'm still... It's a very quiet floor. Let me wrap this up and I'll jump back into conversation. Lol, school is absolutely correct. I still have like 50... Oh no, it took my boys. It took my little baboos. I'm waiting to see how Joe Biden will disappoint me next. But I'm genuinely hopeful I'll get some of my student loan debt relieved. Because I'm still, even with all the prosperity that I've had, part of the reason I've had prosperity because I've still got like 40 or 50 grand in student loan debt that I've yet to have to pay back. I would still be just fine without it, but I'd love to keep 50 grand in my pocket if I can. I learned valuable stuff for that year I was in graduate school that's helped me in content creation, but it's hard to think that it was 50 grand worth. It's hard to think it was 50 grand worth of information. Maybe I'm just cynical. I'd rather just have the money. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, like with hindsight. And yet at the same time, like, if I give back the money and the experience, then I also lose the insight of, like, return on investment and branding, like, visual branding and keeping a cohesive visual brand. Like, all the stuff that I learned there, I ended up using on my channel or using on Pretzel or whatever. The reverse Hierophant is now in the basement. Yeah, it really is the... oh my god, dude, Varel. I have friends who went to that university who graduated with their degree, so they had one more year of debt. They had one more year of debt than I did. And there's one dude who was my mentor when I went into the university. He was the copywriting mentor that I had, a dude named Jesse Stanton.